So, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Arsenal 2. Arsenal are 5 points clear, Kenny. Winter champions, top at Christmas, top most of the season, pretty much all of the season. Man City dropping points in the 97th minute. Ivan Toney scoring the winner at the Etihad gave us a bit of hope. That performance, especially in the first half, it didn't look like we wanted to go 5 points clear. We've done it in the end. Captain fantastic, Martin Odegaard, with a brace. He is our top scorer this season, by the way, in the league, I believe.
Wow.
I know. Promotion guard, relegation guard, like relegation fodder guard. Listen, when we needed goals, he stepped up and his second goal was top class today. What did you make overall of the performance, mate?
I'll tell you what, if he carries like this, we're going to call him like a title guard. You know what I mean? But I think if you look at the first half was a bore fest in terms of both teams, and I got the impression. And I remember saying today, and I'm speaking to members of my family, my brother, I'm speaking to friends, my wife even. I was saying, look, I have no problem with any player, thinking, having one eye on the World Cup and thinking about, oh, I'm not feeling too great. I don't want to miss the World Cup. I get it. I actually respect it because, come next week, we're all going to be like having our World Cup hats on. But the first half, very definitely, in my opinion, looked like, you know what? It wasn't a case where, teams were trying to force the issue. And Granit Xhaka, going off ill, in the first 2 minutes. As soon as I saw him go down, I thought, nah, get him off. But one thing I would say, it was an opportunity for, Fabio Vieira, and I thought he took it. I thought he did quite well, during his time. I thought Saliba was imperious again. I was very pleased with Gabriel as well. And Odegaard took his goals really well. And I think second half, because of the way we've been playing this season, the confidence and the fact that we got getting bodies going forward, we always had that kind of second and third gear. And I think that was the difference today. Wolves played really well. They gave it their all. They put their tackles in.
They've bottom for a reason.
I know. And I think the reason why they're bottom is because they can't score, because they, Diego Costa can't get
Mate, they've scored 8 goals in 15 games.
And I'll tell you one thing, they won't score another goal when they play like that because they just can't finish. And you think about Diego Costa, then you've got Jimenez. I remember the guy they bought, first game of the season, he damaged his ACL, isn't it? So again,
Pedro Neto out injured, who's a goal.
Exactly. So
I think they'll get relegated, mate. They've got no goals in that team at all.
Not at all. And I think what's happening is that Lopetegui has got a really hard job in his hands because, if he can't get a striker, if he can't get at least Diego Costa on the pitch, then he's going to manage without one hand behind his back. But you know what? That's Wolves' problem. We've had similar problems, but because of the quality we can produce, we're never going to be in Wolves' position. But in terms of winning that title, you think about it, 14 games. Personally, I think we should be getting 42 points. The Man United game, I thought we were a better side for half an hour at least, but for an hour, last half an hour, Man United took the game away from us. And Southampton away, we battered them in the first half, couldn't score, and in the second half they came back. So if you look at where we are this season, we're in a very, very good position. You think about the Man City game as well. I watched the game. Brentford looked really comfortable. The Man City were battering them. They're defending really well. And I went and took the dog for a walk. Can you believe it? When I came back, I thought, right, Man City must be about 2-1 up. And I looked at it. It was 96 minutes, and I got just in time for Ivan Toney to score that brilliant goal. And he should have scored. He should have scored 4 today. But in terms of Arsenal, the way we reacted to that, we kind of second half. I thought that's where we're at our best. And, you can't deny the fact that, we're in a good situation. We're getting bodies forward. We're playing a lot of confidence. Yes, it was Wolves, but on another day, if they had him there,
we might have dropped points multiple times, mate. Like, let's have it right. That's not an easy game to play.
No,
even though they're bottom, if you go 1-0 up against Wolves, it's game over. But with Adama, with Guedes or whatever his name is, Podence come on. They have got slight issues, like problems for us, And I thought, like, Adama Traore just runs in straight lines. That guy's not a good footballer, but he is a problem in terms of his pace, and he makes people panic. Yeah, I thought Gabriel today, and I mugged Gabriel off quite a lot this season. Yeah, Magalhaes. I thought he was our best player by a mile, mate. I thought he was superb today.
I can't disagree with that. I can't disagree with that because his defensive performance was barring an excellence. It was an excellent performance for him. He won his duels. He passed the ball very well, and you know one thing as well. He was a threat from an attacking sort of way as well. And I think going back to what we were saying 2 years ago, the dream partnership was always for Arsenal fans because of the promise of Saliba, because we were really excited to see him. We basically call Saliba.
He was poor in stages today.
In certain cases, but Saliba, we call Saliba the kind of the defensive Mbappe. Like Mbappe was Mbappe defense, and I think the dream for Arsenal fans was to see these two play together, and we can't argue with it. These two together are a formidable partnership. Don't get me wrong. There was a time when Gabriel gave the ball away, and I know Saliba gave the ball away to Guedes, but Guedes wasn't at his best. But saying that partnership, don't break it. As much as Luke Shaw is not a right back, whatever you do, leave that alone. Just make sure.
Ben White.
Sorry, Ben White. I was called Luke Shaw. Sorry, I'm getting so. Sorry, everyone. Ben White. Well, sorry, everyone.
Like Are you sure?
No. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, Luke Shaw's from Kingston. Ben White's from Dorset. But whatever you do, leave Benjamin White where he is. Do not touch that sentence.
Yeah,
that partnership.
He's been brilliant at right back.
To be honest, it's got everything we need. It's got pace. They're good in the ball, and they're good in the air. Yes, they're a bit sloppy, especially Gabriel, but when they play like that, we have no worries. And then when you've got bodies, coming back, when you've got Gabriel working hard off the ball, when you've got Jesus working hard off the ball, and then you've got Partey protecting the defence, we're so hard to break down. And then
I want to ask you about Jesus. You just brought up Jesus, right? He's gone, I think, 9 or 10 games, whatever it is now, without a goal. A couple of great opportunities today. One of them, he passed Odegaard in, and another one, he cuts in. Instead of shooting with his left when he had acres of space to whip that across goal, he cuts back in and spanks the crossbar. Yeah. This guy has never been a prolific goal scorer, Kenny, right?
Yes.
And we're going to go into the Boxing Day fixture, which is December, end of December, with this guy on 5 Premier League goals. Odegaard's got more, I believe, right?
Yes.
I think he's got 6. We need a striker, in my opinion. But having said that, I do like Gabriel Jesus. I think what he brings to the team, he's a very good footballer. He works hard, he's tenacious, and he's got the quality. But for me, that showed me today when he cut back inside and spanked the crossbar. A top striker spanks that with his left. Then when he tried to lay it off to Odegaard, a top striker, if that's Kane, Haaland, anyone half decent, they take a shot. They ain't passing. Salah, they're shooting. Yeah. What do you think it is with him? Do you think he is panicking and not panicking, but do you think he's low on confidence in the box? Because everything he does up to the box is elite. But then he gets to the box and it all falls down. What do you think the problem is there?
I think it's just confidence, because what's happening is if you the two chances you described, even though he hit the bar, he's snatching at the chance. Even though he put like I said, Martin Odegaard through in order to create a chance for him. The fact is that it's a low confidence when you're not scoring and you're doing everything but score. What's happening is that you forsake the chances to hit, to take a shot on goal. You think about, today. If he had scored 10 goals this season already, he's shooting. That shot that hits the bar goes in the back of the net, and it's just confidence. Because I was watching Mick Arteta's interview afterwards, and one of the things Mick Arteta said is that we're suffering with him, and that they're desperate for him to score a goal because he's doing everything but score. But one thing he did describe is that we've still got 24 games left. It's brilliant. It's only 14 games. We should get 42 points. But when things do go wrong, it tends to be in the second half of the season. As I said before, when teams, even the teams allegedly who have nothing to play for, your Crystal Palaces, I wouldn't say Everton, West Ham, who basically still think feel they have something to play for. They're going to look at a team
Players
that's
playing for moves as well. Let's be real. In the second part of the season, players are coming to the end of their contract. Wilfried Zaha.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's,
players like that.
And that's the thing. Another thing you've got to think about is that when teams are difficult to break down, and there aren't goals going around the team like there are at the moment with Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli. You're right. You're going to have to look at Gabriel Jesus and say, look, mate, as well as you're playing, we need to put you need to put one of those chances in the back of the net. So it's imperative in the January transfer window that you do buy a striker, because what do we learn today apart from the fact that my guy Jesus can't score a goal? The Tom and Mate in the last two games, he didn't trust Eddie to bring him on, did he? He didn't come against Chelsea as far as I know, and he didn't come on today. So basically, what's happening there? Does he trust Eddie? Does he think, even though he's giving him 100?
We need a striker, man. We need a striker.
Yeah,
if we get a striker, I want to ask you, right? We're top of the table right now. 5 points is tiny. We've seen Arsenal under Wenger with the great sides that we've had be 12 points clear and not win a title, right?
Yes.
Where do you think we will finish this season? Like, forget the January transfer window.
You don't want to sit with a face. Yeah. You don't really get.
I know it's a loaded question, but I want your answer.
No, it's not a loaded question, because the fact is that we are in a championship race. We are in a championship race, just like Liverpool were, 3 seasons ago. They were in a championship race, and they took the opportunity and they look like champions. We do look like champions. We are in a championship race because the simple reason is that there's a 5-point gap between us and City. We've got a gap. Us and City have got a game in hand on everyone else. Third place, Newcastle, have got 7 points behind us. Fourth place it's got a massive gap. Then you've got 5th place Man United, where there's a massive gap of 14 points, even though Man United have got a game in hand. So, in essence, come the end of January, we are in a title charge. Will we win a title? Well, we've got a good. This is the best opportunity we're going to get to win a title. Will we win it? If we, I'm going to answer your question. I'm going to be honest here. I'm not going to go in riddles. The answer is going to be no, because Man City have got Haaland, and we haven't got a top striker. So what will happen is when teams do defend deep, then I don't think we're going to win it. But you know what? I hope I'm proven wrong, and I'm going to celebrate long in the night when we. So I said when we win it, if we win it.
Yeah, see, look, you're already thinking we're going to win it.
and you'll be seeing me at the town hall celebrations with whatever trophy we have, because I always make sure I go to Upper Street and they're the town hall, because I work for London Borough of Islington. I won't be with the players, that's their domain, but I'll be celebrating hard. But will we win a title? You know what? I don't think so. Even though
one thing I will say, I don't think we'll win it, but somebody put a great comment in my chat earlier on the watch along. It said, even if Arsenal don't win it this season, we're more attractive next season. Yeah, in the summer window, we're more attractive now because we've been there. We're top at Christmas. Yeah, even if we fall away and finish second or third, we are now instantly more attractive to players to come to Arsenal in the summer. So basically, what we're saying, if we're in a championship title race this season, next season, there's no excuses. Eddie knows what he needs to do in order to get the players we need and get the players who are not really good enough out the club. The next season, we've got to win a title next season because we know what to do and what it's about. And Man City will be in transition. So yes, we're going to wrap this up.
I agree with you.
Big up to you, Kenny. Make sure you follow Kenny Ken's Instagram. That link will be in the description shortly. And we'll be doing player rating shortly as well if you're about, mate. I'm going to do Jez and Matty first.
Where am I going to go? I'm not
you're going to go and play the piano for a little while, and we're out of here. Wait, we're buzzing. I ain't even saying Arteta out at this point, mate. He's slightly proving us wrong, which is fucking great.
You know what? Go on. As I said before, the club's a star, but the most important thing is if a manager gets the players he wants, then he has to deliver, and he's delivering.
Right. He is delivering. Big up to him. On that bombshell, we're out of here, people. Subscribe, like, share. Make sure you follow Kenny Ken 1972 on Instagram. And I'll be doing Jez real quick, and then Matty, and then player ratings later.